And with that, welcome to Vietnam, welcome to Hanoi, to a quite busy and energetic early morning. Wow, there is no country that I've ever been to that turns up that hard at 6 freaking a.m. in the morning. So I'm right now in a cafe that actually didn't even open yet, but they were kind of like doing stuff, so they let me up. It's a ship inside of the water here in Vietnam, in Hanoi. And I went out this morning, as you know me, to have, let's say, a morning of solitude. And I had for maybe 15 minutes until like 6:15, 6:30, when everyone started to dance outside. Meditate as well, so literally like people are here into different things. And quite a unique morning. Today is supposed to be extremely extreme. Oh wait, that's probably an overstatement, but for the past few days it has been super gloomy. It is right now as well, but today is actually supposed to be quite warm and sunny. This is the forecast, and I actually already see it clearing up a little bit. So I'm gonna take you along, and actually there's a little bit of a challenge going on for me right now, in a way of I came to Hanoi in the situation of having lost my wallet a few weeks ago and having limited cash. So I'm gonna take you along, share with you how I'm gonna make it happen. And the funny thing is, and the good thing for me is, it's not that hard. Some of the things here are ridiculously affordable, so can't wait to share that with you. Let's get it going. And so right now, beautiful good morning in Hanoi, Vietnam, and it is also my last morning. So coming out right now out of the gym, good workout, and what was it? A little over 10 days, I think 11 or 12 in Hanoi, coming to an end. Alrighty guys, as you see, traffic at 7 a.m. They're not waiting for it. And today's plan is gonna be, I've been working on a big video that I'm about to finish, but also I want to share with you how I entered the country having only around like $170 and no really access to cash because I lost my credit card, and how I was able to utilize that money here, how inexpensive it can be while still having a good time. The city is very unique, so I'm gonna take you around a little bit. We're gonna go to a few cafes, to a few nice corners of the city. Let's get it going. Alrighty, starting out the morning in all the right ways. Had a little pho soup, pho, with beef this time around. They have it with chicken, and I just feel like the old town is one huge, let's say, food stall, or you could call it food and market stall. I love it. And actually, like, you know, I'm not a big foodie, but the pho soup here in Vietnam, it's really distinct in its taste, and it's, let's say, it's light, and I really like that. So for right now, I'm gonna grab my stuff, change, head to a cafe I've been in the past few days. I really want to show you that place. I'm walking around here and I just wanted to address something that I've been thinking of for the past few days. Probably the moment since I got here to some extent. So Vietnam has a very, very unique, let's say, vibe and certain gestures of how people communicate with each other, how they carry themselves. And what I mean by that is in contrast to like neighboring countries. So this is kind of like why I like to travel. I like to observe people, understand them, where they're coming from, their, let's say, maybe inner beliefs, how history has affected them and the way that they behave. And basically, what really like blows my mind a little bit is how I see certain similarities between Eastern Europe and the communist bloc of Europe, Russia, past Soviet Union, and here. And it obviously makes a lot of sense. Vietnam has a similar path with communism. And it's so interesting. Obviously, it's just very small nuances, but it's different to other countries. The same way Philippines is very different due to the, let's say, Spanish and American occupation. So, very interesting. What I kind of mean is that generally the people here don't really seem shy. People let's say, are very straightforward. They're doing their thing, they're living their life, they're observing what you are doing, and generally especially the older guys are sometimes dressed like a pimp, like a real boss. So I really like that. Alrighty, let's talk about accommodation real quick. So here in Hanoi, I stayed at, I think at this point, 3 places. An Airbnb was okay, it was quite nice, very affordable, 15 euros, something like that. But this hostel is insane. It's like €3, a little bit over that, almost $4. And for that, you get, it's really clean, it's really modern. That's kind of like what I try to do if I stay at hostels. Try to look for a place that looks kind of like it's not old, because there's a lot of people passing through, and this is kind of like what very often happens to be the case, that places who have been like maybe a few years old are nicer. This one, ridiculously affordable, and the best thing is, you see I'm out of breath. I'm on the top floor here, very nice, a lot of light, you have a kitchen, maybe gonna cook up some eggs, maybe a little bit of chicken. Yeah, probably cheapest hostel I've ever stayed at, and one of the best as well. So, Banana Hostel, quite a nice place. Have a construction going on right there. So, gonna read my book a little bit, sip on a coffee, zone in. Actually, the book that I'm reading right now is called Hyper Focus. It's okay. It's interesting. It's very practical, so that's good. And then head to the cafe. Last time here. Thank you. Alrighty guys, time traveling. As of right now, I've been here already for 5 hours. Finished one of my favorite videos in the past year. The why I wake up early, telling the story about that. And this cafe, really cool. Drop in. I actually even met the owner yesterday. It's a new cafe, and pretty much they have kind of like an elevated space where I hang out all the time. And for right now, the video is exporting for the second time. I checked it. And we're gonna go out, gonna get a drink, just gonna go for a quick walk. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. So we're done. I published the video, and now it's time to try something a little bit new. We're gonna jump on a motorbike and go to the French Quarter. Alrighty, should be around a 10-minute ride. Want to catch the sunset, so we gotta hurry up. That was a little Grab motorbike. First time I actually took it in Vietnam. He charged me 20K. It's a little less than it's less than $1. It's crazy. So today's video, overall in Vietnam, I spend my time here to really drop myself off in the big city, to isolate myself and work on a bigger project, of which one has been the 5 a.m. video that I published. I'm super happy about that. And I told you before, I dropped myself off in Vietnam not having a credit card. I lost it in Bali. A lot of things happen in Bali, good and bad. And you see, there was this thing, I had $150 roughly, and I thought this would be my budget for, like, let's say, eating, getting food, 15 bucks a day, should be enough. And the rest I can buy online, accommodation, everything else. And then I realized that I got away here living for pretty much 10 bucks a day. It's one of the most affordable cities that I've ever been to, so I thought I would share this video around that. So, for right now, about to board the plane, we are rocking out Hanoi to Bangkok. It's gonna be a week, gonna take some time off a little bit, gonna be seeing a friend. Let's get there. Inside you, so much love to leave behind. Stop the path of devastation. You
You should live for all the hype.